Hi everyone, welcome back to the Right Amount of Unhinged podcast, the podcast where a couple best friends talk about whatever the fuck we want. As usual, we don't have much to talk about, but we're gonna pull up a subreddit and then just bash the shit out of people.
Bash the shit out of people.
While I
Our favorite thing to do.
Yeah, while I pull up my next door app, see if anything, any gossip is happening around town.
We've got a lot of really good subreddits on the back burner.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think today's the day for that.
No.
So off the cuff, I recommended I have LinkedIn Lunatics is the subreddit.
Sure.
These people are so out of touch. It's wild. And like they use LinkedIn like some weird ego-ish, I guess, social media.
Are we talking about are we talking about those like inspirational or motivational posts where it's like what are the ones that are like viral, like, oh, I went to McDonald's and I talked to the drive-through whoever worker and I told them have a great day and they told me back like, thank you, you're so nice, like that bullshit.
Yeah, those fakes, and then everybody clapped.
Everyone celebrated it. That's what the clapping emoji is on LinkedIn.
These are the people that like
tell me that didn't happen without telling me that didn't happen.
Tell me you make up stories for attention.
And it's always some white woman or white man, I'm not gonna lie.
Always. Yeah.
In like the C-suites, like in the C-suite, like, you know.
And
those...
there's all the people now that are posting like Instagram selfies with
yes,
on LinkedIn with like some inspirational
look, Karen, I really don't care that you woke up at 6 a.m., did a yoga class, and is ready to like seize the day. I really this isn't Instagram.
Somebody posted a picture of a like wrecked car and was like, it's been a long week. My husband could have died on Wednesday. And it's like, what does this have to do with LinkedIn? Girl, go on Facebook. Hello?
Since when did LinkedIn become this? I thought it was just
LinkedIn is now Facebook, 100%. All these like LinkedIn influencers now.
It's wild how there's influencers on LinkedIn. I mean, I know a couple from my own like LinkedIn circle, whatever, and I'm like, please stop. I don't need.
I like followed a couple people on LinkedIn because I like really liked what they were doing and like companies they were part of, and like I'm watching their growth into this LinkedIn influencer, and I'm like,
and these are people that have 9 to 5s. For the most part on LinkedIn. Like, yes, there are some LinkedIn like freelance people that are looking for jobs that are like posting to get their names out there, but we're talking about those 9 to 5 people that are like up there in their corporate ladder. Like,
honestly.
Like, I don't need to know that you did a juice cleanse and you feel great.
Honestly, dude. The one that I follow, she's one of the women in Blizzard that works at Blizzard, and she's been awesome. And like she just posts a lot about like quality and like representation, gaming, and like females like getting work and joining, you know, in these companies. And now she's just a LinkedIn influencer. Like, I swear she's used the same picture like 6 times for like different posts of stuff. And I'm like, I don't need a picture of you standing in front of the Tracer statue being like, girl, it's fine. You could have just wrote your post and like moved on. Yes, you're adorable. Congrats. Like in your little Blizzard t-shirt, that's fine. I didn't need the Facebook photo to go along with it. Stick to Instagram, leave it on there, and just give me your little post with helpful information.
Because what is the purpose of, right? Like each social media has its own purpose, right? Like Facebook is to connect with your friends and family and, you know, have groups and chat and whatever, right? Instagram is for like, you know, the influencers of the world for the most part. LinkedIn is for the professionals. Twitter is just
not anymore.
So like LinkedIn was supposed to just be like, oh, I have some thought leadership.
Networking.
And here's some networking events and here's some groups that if you like networking and these types of industries,
looking to get into this, you know, like career, here's some networking opportunities and people you can learn from and like whatever. And like, nope, now it's just,
I don't need no kumbaya, like come to Jesus, or like, you know, I don't need that.
I don't need that. I don't need this.
I just need to know where you work. Do you need a job at my company? Yes, no. Like, do you have any articles that I want to read? Yes, no. And that's it.
Yes, no. That's
I
it. Move on.
don't need, you know,
Mhm.
literally, I just don't need like those inspirational like stories that never happened to you.
And like the ones of like their with a big one's now posting a picture of their kids. Um, there's one, and I'm obviously send you the links for all these so you can use them if you need to in here.
Yeah.
But somebody posted, so they've got their LinkedIn thing and like their name is blocked out because you redact all, names when you're on these forums.
Mhm.
But their like little blurb thing, mom times 7 parentheses, yes, seriously. Um, not the HR lady, YouTube show creator and host. Their post is, this is why I fight. This is why I vote. This is why I yell. This is why I won't quit. This is why. With a picture of a child.
I don't need this.
Okay.
That's Facebook. That's Facebook.
Girl.
That's Facebook. This isn't LinkedIn post worthy. This isn't. I don't. Oh my god. I
Oh
can't.
my god. Um,
Where? Why?
I
What?
love the tone deaf ones where they're like, I know a lot of people are getting laid off,
Shit.
but here's
Thanks.
my like unrelated story.
Oh my god. You know, I do feel bad when it's like personal stories of them getting laid off, but like framing it in a way that's like, okay, I'm gonna go rebrand myself. Like those types of posts I think are fine. Where it's
I
like,
guess.
I got
It's
laid
like, I don't
off,
need your novel.
I'm looking, I'm rebranding myself. Like here's basically my like 5 skills. Not like a whole sob story of like, oh, like I don't know, I can't think of anything, but
After
like
3 impressive and monumental years at X company, I've now been let go, and I've decided that I'm gonna do. Shut up, go make your Etsy signs
oh
and
my god.
get off LinkedIn for it. But
Again,
like,
I
here's
just
one post:
sure, go for it.
layoffs are here. The one thing you shouldn't do if you're looking for a job is, and then it's like 3 vomit emojis. Oh, put the open to work badge on your profile. To
Why?
me, it shows you're struggling and trying too hard. Instead, start a side hustle doing the one thing you're obsessed about. Pick one social media platform where your audience loves hanging out and start building your personal brand. She just straight up said, putting open to work is desperate.
It's not. It just means that you're open to work.
It just means I'm open to work on a networking platform
Yeah.
where I apply to jobs so that when they look at my LinkedIn, they know that I'm open to work and I'm not.
Also, I don't like the side hustle culture in America.
Dude,
I mean, our hustles itself, like is more than enough time for us.
pick one thing you're obsessed with. Well, I have 19 hobbies, Karen. Pick one. What would you like me to do?
I just don't because like okay, like thinking of someone that just got laid off, right? Like they are not in the right mind to all of a sudden think of their hobby as a job that they have to now do. Like they just want to do their hobby. They just want to do whatever they want to do and not think about the fact that they got fucking laid off.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, let's be real here. Also, literally, like people just want to have 9 to 5s and then do their shit. Like, it's not like,
Like, exactly. Stop trying to monetize all hobbies and like just accept that like you can just enjoy your hobby. Like it doesn't have to be
right,
productive or earning you something. Like you can just enjoy your hobby. It's fine.
right. Like, I mean, I I have so many fucking hobbies. Well, I have so many side hustles too. Like, but like not monetary gained. It's just like for my own self-worth gain. And that in itself, and can you imagine if this was like a monetary thing that I did, like with my other podcast and like, the nonprofit that I like co-founded, like
Yeah.
I'd be a fucking monster. Worse than
I'd
I
be
am
a
right now.
fucking monster. You'd be a LinkedIn lunatic.
Literally, because like do like having your passions be your job is what makes you fucking depressed and burnt out. Because then what do you like outside of that? What are you
Mm-hmm.
doing outside of that? Nothing.
Nothing. If they can't monetize it, then there's no point. They just don't do it. There's no point in doing it.
Right. Like but again, like I feel like it's those boomers that are like these millennials and Gen Z people aren't making money or like, the economy, blah blah. I'm like, you did this to yourself.
You did this. Shut
You don't
up.
you don't like having fun. That's your problem.
How to be average in an interview. Give
Sure.
examples of meeting expectations. Make it clear you only do what you're asked. Don't ask a lot of questions at the end. Act as if you're being interrogated. Don't explain why you want the position. Don't highlight the value you create. Exceptional employees answering interview questions, however, give examples of exceeding expectations. Make things better without being asked. Turn mundane tasks into value adding super programs. Find value where others don't see it previously. Sometimes fail, but fail early in order to iterate. Continuously learn and then teach others. Are motivated to dive deep into complex problems. There isn't an issue with being average, but ask yourself, which employee would you hire given the choice? Small exceptionalities are often in the difference between someone that gives a good interview and someone that gives a great interview. Think about how you can communicate how you are exceptional when you interview. Boy, no. Why do you want this job? Because I need to pay bills.
Uh, so, for everyone listening, clearly we both have. If you've been listening for a while now, you both know that we are two different types of people when it comes to being employees. Because that whatever you just read is like a typical LinkedIn post that I'm
Dude,
like,
I do not dream of labor. Like, no.
I mean,
I
I
am
get that.
interviewing with you. I'm going to tell you why I'm good at my job, why I'm good at what I do. And like,
I
I'm
get
not
that.
here to blow you and tell you how it's been my dream for the last 7 minutes to work for your company. Like,
But
cool,
everyone
cool.
that
This would be a nice place to work, I guess.
but everyone that does interviews, like being the interviewer, not the interviewee, or is it the other way around? Whatever. They know that you're bullshitting for the most part. Like I've seen, I'm not
I
firsthand like
interview and hire for my department.
right. Like you interview people, you know that's bullshit half the time. But I mean, I don't know. Like some people do actually want the job for more than it's worth. Like they will be that like extra team player, and that's just not
Sure.
you.
Yeah. And like, but that depends on like money. Like, okay, I've hired across 3 different jobs that I've had. None of them paid above like 40K, right? None of those people care. They're here for a job. It's a job. They're not like, you know what I'm really passionate about? Customer service. You know what I'm so passionate about? Having people yell at me for absolutely bullshit reasons that are out of my control. You know what I've dreamed of since I was little? Getting to answer the phone and let someone tell me I'm stupid. I have thought that would be the best way. Like, no, shut up.
And I
It's
mean,
fine.
again, our career paths are very different. I get that. No, I 100% get that because like not being in the customer service sphere anymore and being in quote unquote professionals, I don't know what the fuck to call it, like sphere or whatever. People
I feel
act
like I just got subtly dragged.
no, I mean, no, it's just different industries, that's all. I mean, you talk to someone that's in medical, like I don't know what the fuck their interviews are like, like it's just like, dude, you can probably tell. Why is Xfinity calling me? They just left me a missed call.
Oh,
What was I saying? Oh,
not
like going back to this post, whatever, they're probably like corporate people and not like customer service industry people. You know what I'm saying? Because we do get the being from a customer service like part-time job back in the day. Like no, I interviewed like I fucking wanted that job and was gonna go above and beyond. I just could not give a fuck. Like let's be real here. It's just talk. But then when it gets
exactly, but like my passion is relevant to the pay scale. My passion for the role is relevant to how much money I make to do it.
right, right. And in my case, I don't care how much I get paid because I have that privilege to say that. Because
Yeah,
whatever it is, well, if I stay here or if I make more, at the end of the day, I'm still comfortable.
yeah.
That's the difference in capitalism and
So
like
and like the thing
industry.
is like all these posts that are like nobody wants an average, but like the average people are more common than these people. Like
No,
average people
yeah.
need jobs. Average people want to do their jobs. Average people do their jobs great.
And a
Average
lot of
passion does the job.
people, I'm not one of those people. A lot of people go, it's a transactional thing when you go to your job, right? I do the
Yeah,
work, I go to my meetings, I talk to my clients, I talk to, you know, the customer or whatever, and I clock out. Those are 95% of the people I work with. The other 5% where I fucking fall into is like above and beyond bullshit that like I just am because that's just my personality. And a lot, and you know, the 5% of people
Fucking
that I
type
talk to.
A.
Yeah, no, even in an office full of type A people, I am an accountant. Like we're all the same. There are like so many average people that just want to clock in, clock out, and that's fine. That's fine. But of course, you know, when they're interviewing, they obviously are like, "Oh, I love this place, blah blah blah. Like I've heard about you and all these." I don't give a shit.
Yeah, man, and when I interview, I'm like, you know, like, was there anything that like stood out from this job posting that like got your attention? And like, I had an interviewer that was like, no, it was remote. It was a job. And I was like, what? He got the job. You know
Yeah,
why? Because like, whatever, dude. It's a job. I'm like, okay, it's
yeah.
a job sometimes, and like, that's
Most
fine. And
times,
like, I'm so tired of seeing like everywhere this like it kind of goes into like the side hustle culture and like the grind culture that's like, oh, if you're not doing, you know, a job that you want to get up at 5 a.m. every morning and work for 13 hours doing every day, it's like, nah, dude, sometimes like I don't do labor. My work, I don't care. I do it. I have a job. I do it well. I guess I haven't been fired, so I guess I do it well. And like, that's good enough. I don't live for this job. I'm not here because I'm like, you know, crazy passionate to like do like, no, I work here because I need a job. Like, I have to do a job, and like, this job doesn't suck. So like, that's aces. And like, that should be okay.
it is.
Like that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But like, these LinkedIn lunatics, like, that's a punishment. Like, no, like, if you're not like going into this meeting with like a fucking like handwritten like book about the company and its entire existence, like, why would you deserve the job? Like, well, because everybody deserves to just like have a job that they could be successful at, you know, whatever, you know, the defined level of success is. Like, this person, an average person, shouldn't be gunning for VP, director, like CEO stuff. That's fine. That's some privileged shit that you don't log into. But like, for the most part, most people that you're interviewing most of the time are like, well, I'm good at this thing, so I'm looking for this job that is looking for this thing that I do. And it's like, well, like, what makes you exceptional? Like, not much, man. I'm pretty plain. I'm pretty boring. I'm pretty average. And it's like, well, that's not good enough. And it's like, oh, fucking hey.
I think it's a generational thing. I think it's the older generation being like belittling the fact that capitalism is like dying within the hands of Gen Z and like the millennials, like the younger ones. Because we don't want to work. I mean, as much as I am like a type A overachiever, whatever, there are days where I wake up and I'm like, I'm clocking 3 hours today and calling it a day just because like I can't physically do my job. And that's part burnout and part like me being like, this is just a job. What does it matter? And like talk to an older generation, they'd be like, I don't care if I'm tired and burnt out and I hate my life. Like I'm gonna work my 10 hours, even though I only have to work 8. Like there's I think it's a generational thing. I don't think like you know, we'll see how capitalism gives rise with the Gen Z people going to workforce soon. But I just think it's that, honestly.
It's just, what's your dream job? I don't dream of working, so I don't have one.
I also think like because obviously like there's an added layer to my whole experience. I can't believe I'm going deep into this podcast. It's not my usual tangent. It's usually my Be More podcast. You know, I came from immigrant parents. I had to. There's no
Yeah,
way. And then by I had to, it's not like I didn't want to not work. I always wanted to work because then it was just giving back to my community, my
yeah,
family. Whereas, you know, again, if I was privileged enough, I would have probably said the same thing as you. Like, I'm just here to clock in, clock out.
yeah.
That's all. So there's there's my immigration speech.
Here's
We're all
my
taking
immigration
we're
speech.
we're all taking your jobs, America. White America.
This is why you can't be average, because immigrants are stealing your jobs. Fucking, I cannot believe that people still genuinely believe that.
I I have no comment on that. I politics in itself these days is fucking wild. Did you hear about Trump?
What now?
Oh, he's officially running in 2024.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be nice. That'd be nice to see.
Is he running with the Republican Party, or is he running on his little like MAGA platform?
I'm
Like,
not entirely sure if he got kicked out of the GOP or not. I'm not
what
sure.
would be great would be if we were just talking about this the other night at home. Is if Trump goes up for like the MAGA stuff on like his little platform, and then DeSantis goes up for Republicans
Oh, it'll
because
be just
they'll eat
like,
each other alive from the inside.
yeah, it'll just be like one of the Roosevelts. I can't remember which one. I think it was Teddy Roosevelt. He did the same exact thing, where he was a Republican. Don't fucking guys, don't quote me on this. My political
Guys, don't
science,
call me on this. I don't
my
know shit.
political
So
science brain is gone from being out of college. But basically, what happened was Teddy Roosevelt was going for a third term before we got the 2-term limit into like a subsection of the Republican Party, and then someone else ran for the Republican Party, and the Democrats won because the Republican Party split between the two. So if that happens, it'll happen again. History just fucking repeats
it'll
itself.
happen again.
History just repeats itself. People just don't fucking understand.
I saw something that was funny about Trump running in. They were like, "Well, you can only run twice," so I guess he admits that he lost.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I
he
guess
wasn't
he's finally
president.
admitting that he lost,
Yeah.
because you can't run again if you didn't lose.
Yeah, well,
So
his supporters won't view it that way. That's for sure. That's for sure. Any other LinkedIn posts before I go into I'm gonna look at next door.
No, it's fine. There was one that was like super base at the beginning, and then it gets wild halfway through, and it's like, oh, okay. It includes a selfie. So if you want, I can read through this one.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
The job market is brutal these days. Hundreds of applications, tens of interviews, one job. The result? Laid off after a few days to save another billionaire's wealth. These are unprecedented times. However, there's also unprecedented opportunity. If you are reading this, you have access to the best opportunity there is, LinkedIn. I was skeptical too, but then I took action. In less than 6 months, I landed #6 spot in the top 10 LinkedIn creators in the world, a business that's allowed me to quit the rat race, a community of 42K plus, 30 plus job offers, real friends. I do not have any special talent. I just studied the platform and unlocked its secrets. I also wasted a lot of money on courses and experiments, but you do not have to, because I have compiled everything I know into a detailed video course. It will be the only course you need to dominate and monetize LinkedIn. And I'm giving it to you tomorrow for free, because I want to build trust, scale, and change the game. I want more of us to win and never worry about the layoffs again. There's a chair for us all at the table of opportunity. Grab yours tomorrow, with a heart emoji and then a selfie.
The heart emoji and a selfie.
Yeah. Again, started really based, and I was like, yeah, all right, pop off. Okay. And then I'm reading it, and I'm like,
And then they started selling you their product.
mm-hmm.
Is that where they got you?
And then it turned into a sales pitch. It was literally if you're reading this, you have access to the best opportunity there is, LinkedIn. And it's like, well, dude, this fucking LuLaRoe shit that just happened on LinkedIn, like, I cannot.
LinkedIn with no any social media platform, whether it be Facebook, because politicians use Facebook, to YouTube with all just video, and Instagram, and all this shit, they're all powerful. It makes like, it doesn't matter if it's LinkedIn or not. Yes, of course, if you're a professional and you want to garner like followers and like whatever, and you want to write articles and post it somewhere, yeah, LinkedIn, absolutely. But like, you don't need a course on it.
Dude.
You just need to know what your brand is, which you can do by yourself for free, and then just market the shit out of yourself, which people, can do by themselves. You don't have to fucking, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, you don't have to pay someone for that.
This one that I just found. I'm a fan of hustle culture. The truth is, most people should be doing way more. Here's what I mean. Worst case, you go too hard and have short-term burnout, but at least you found your limits. Best case, the short period of volume and intensity complete changes your life's trajectory. Win-win. My God.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no short-term burnout.
Dude, I live and breathe anti-work, if I'm being completely honest here.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you sent everything.
I sent everything.
And that's not uncommon nowadays. People don't want to work. But
No.
there's silent quitting is a
And
thing.
like not in the boomer, like nobody wants to work. Like, no, because we want to spend time with our families, and we watched boomers and some of the older Gen Xers give up their entire existences to work, and like now
Yeah.
what? Now they're miserable, and now all that they do is like bemoan and like romanticize the fact that they had no time for themselves and like just lived this corporate grind life. And it's like, dude, that's horrible and boring. And like, no, I don't want that. I do not want that life when things are significantly harder to earn and gain. Like, no, we're not starting with the cheat code where you can buy it. Like, it's the expectation that you can buy a house on a full-time job, that you can live this comfortable life. Like, no, I don't live to work. I don't exist to do a job. I don't. I exist to be a person, and I exist to enjoy my life. And like, no,
No, no
hustle
thanks.
culture, you can come fight me. I don't care.
I,
You deserve to be a person. You deserve to do the things that you want to do for no other reason than you exist, and it's hard.
and of course, there are some people that live to work, and that's fine.
If that's your choice, that's your choice. But like,
Right.
don't then punish others. We
Right.
saw the comments all the time from people that are like, "Oh, it must be nice to like get to play your video games when you want to, or read." And it's like, it is nice, and that's why I do it. You're right. It is nice that I
Yeah.
don't choose to live that life where you're clearly bitter and angry that I have free time that you don't have.
Well,
And it's
yeah,
like,
that's I mean, that's why because they just regret working all the time or not even or they don't even notice that they regret it. It's just like they didn't know that that was an option for them.
yeah, and like that's fine if that's the life that you want to have, and that's where you have value. That's fine, but don't punish others that they don't match your values. Then, like,
It's of course, with work life balance, where with religious beliefs, it's with anything. If you don't fit with their norm, then like you're just othered and you're just like you're weird. It's just like it's with any discrimination, honestly.
must be nice to not have to worry about money. Like, bitch, I do worry about money. I don't. I will continue to live around it. Hello, like
Yeah.
I worked retail for over a decade. Like, that's always a horrible thing to like encounter. And like, dude, I made shit money doing that for like majority of my life. I am incredibly lucky now that I've managed to turn those skills into something that pays, that I can live more comfortably. But like, I lived making shit money because I thought that like, okay, like, well, if I work hard, if I just work all the time and I just do this, I used to work ridiculous amounts of hours all the time. I used to clock out of my job because I would hit too many hours and continue working because I thought that I was in on that. I was in on the hustle culture and the grind culture and like working like crazy and living for my job. And like I moved literally so I would be 10 minutes from my job so I could just go in as needed, whether I got paid for it because I was like clocked in or not, or if I just went in to help because it needed to get done. And now I'm like, dude, that sucks. And I hope that like I don't want anybody to have to live like that. That's horrible. Like, it was the worst. And like, I'm significantly happier now that I don't base the value of like my time and my existence on how much work I can jam into a day, into a week, like whatever.
I'm not gonna comment on that because that's a therapy topic for me. So
That's a therapy topic for me. I'll avoid that.
um, uh, there's no denying that work culture now is very toxic. And in both sense that like I can see both sides where it's like I've hustled all my life and now all of a sudden these Gen Z kids come in and I'm just like, why is nothing getting done?
Why is nothing gonna get? What do you mean you worked 2 hours today and you worked 12 hours the whole week? How?
Right, right. Whereas I also take advantage of it. Where it's like
Yeah,
I also do the same thing. Where it's like it's not a good week for me. It has been a good week for me for 3 weeks. And my hours show it just because like, I've been sick. Like,
yeah,
and like everyone knows. And like because I work in a well enough place that I can do this, I shouldn't be judging anyone else doing the same thing.
yeah,
But also it's been instilled in me to be this way
yeah,
from my parents, from just the hustle culture that I am, and from being an immigrant. Like,
yeah,
but I see both sides. That's the thing, right? Like I can see it's just like finding that middle ground where everyone's just like, we can all work together whether or not you want to fucking play video games at 5 o'clock or I'm working till midnight. Like,
yeah.
that's
And
it.
like, I get it. I grew up with a single mom. I grew up in an apartment full of 5 people where like a high schooler had to take care of me because I was a little kid and my mother was working as many hours as she could get at whatever jobs she could get. her mother was working as a single mother at, what she could get, and they were working anytime that they could. So there was at any time, a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a like 6-year-old in the apartments just by themselves because we had no one to care for us because it was just you had to work, you had to survive. I started working at when did I get my first job? I was like started working there. I was like 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
And like my money went to the apartment, to food, to, keep
Yeah,
it,
that wasn't yours.
making sure. Yeah, like I didn't get to take that money and like I went to the mall with my friends on a Friday night and like they had $30 to buy. I had $5. Like if I was lucky, I could get a Pop Tart from a vending machine while we all like hung out and they got like food and like I would have to like shrimp off their plates because my money went towards, making sure that like we could make the decision to throw away the pack of moldy bread and like get fresh bread and not have to take the mold out of it. So like I get that. And like, for me, like growing up in that, it there wasn't the continued worth in that. Like I'll fucking if I gotta live like that to not work all the time, then I'll live like that to not work all the time. I did it growing up. I can do it as an adult. I get in trouble now as an adult that my choice is like, well, if I don't have any money, it's not, doing enough or whatever, my bills are too expensive. Like, I just won't eat. And I get told now as an adult that, like, no, that's not the right thing to sacrifice. I'm like, oh.
Growing pains.
So,
That's
okay.
all.
So you sacrifice the thing that makes you happy so you can eat. No, that makes sense, I guess. I
Look,
guess I can see the value in that.
it's just, it's just differing opinions from people's experiences. That's all. But LinkedIn influencers shouldn't be a thing. I'm just
Dude,
saying.
they're crazy. And like,
I don't think
I
they
go
should
on
be.
LinkedIn and I see the two sides. I have I have somebody that I work for at GameStop, like with like the real like posts like for networking and like these like important things that like matter for people to, get more opportunities, do more stuff. And then look at that right on top of my feed. I logged into LinkedIn and it's my Blizzard girl standing in front of a statue doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And what are 4 ways to get recruiters in the industry to notice your LinkedIn profile? Like, well, not
not
a
that.
selfie because I don't care about whatever you wrote because all I see is an Instagram post in front of it.
No, that's exactly what it's not supposed to be. Again, that should be an Instagram thing. It's getting too diluted with bullshit. Which again, I think that's just the disease of social media. Once you give people platforms, whether it's a professional one or, Facebook, someone's gonna start a trend of just having it be more casual than it's supposed to be, and everyone's just gonna follow because that's what gets the likes and the clicks and the hand emojis.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah,
celebration
honestly.
emojis. But no, I do wish it was just like, here's a networking opportunity, here's whatever, the shit that I post because I think that's important.
Yep.
Or like, here's a job opportunity. Like, if you need a job here, you want to be in the industry, then like here, like all that shit. But I don't know. It's just social media. I don't. It's not great, but also like we're users of it, so it's like, give and take.
I use LinkedIn mostly to laugh at stuff, but also to look at like, listen, I have to recruit and hire for my department, so I like to see other posts and like to steal like snippets so I can build a better
Yeah, no,
post.
that's valid for sure.
I am not in HR. I'm not trained in HR, so I don't know how to write a job post that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So I look for other ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, LinkedIn, man. The only thing that I found on Nextdoor was like someone asking if there's a great pastrami shop around us, and I'm like, why is this? I hate Nextdoor.
What? My next door is constantly full of we have the rampant issue of stolen carburetors.
That's interesting.
We have that really bad over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just constant posts about like somebody was in my driveway, somebody was under my car, or like somebody stole my carburetor, woke up this morning, and I'm like,
That sucks. Yeah, a bunch of these posts on Nextdoor. I mean, we don't live in like, the city or like
yeah,
LA or like, those big cities that are just like filled with like really funny things. It's majority of this is just like looking for a contractor, looking for a plumber, Um,
And it's like, yo, use Google, like just use Google or like Angie or whatever.
but I think it is funny that people actually like answer this stuff, you know,
Dude.
or like a good dentist or like a babysitter.
Stop.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. During COVID, so many people, including myself, were losing family, friends, pets, or knew of others. I started making personalized ornaments so people would feel comfort and put a smile on their faces when they see them on the tree.
Are they cute?
Obviously not! Dude! Did your loved ones die? Give me money and I can put a picture on inside a clear ornament that I got from Walmart for 75 cents.
Right, and I'll upcharge you $10 at least.
Oh my god, these are wild.
Wait, hold on. Can someone recommend a jeweler to remove a stuck ring off my finger? Thanks. This was a week ago. Hopefully, got their fingers.
Butter, babe. Just stick your finger in warm butter.
Wait, there's
What?
37 comments.
Wait!
No jeweler
Tell me-
needed. You can do it yourself. See YouTube. YouTube spelled. I'm laughing because YouTube is spelled UTUBE, not like YOU.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
Oh my god. If your finger is discolored, especially in the case of poor circulation, you may want to call 911. It's not it's not discolored yet. Thank you.
Stop. This is the modern day, and my kid got their head stuck in the railing on the stairs.
Oh my god. I wonder, is there an update from the post? Oh. Okay, yeah, but she didn't tell us, or they didn't tell us.
I need you to comment and be like, I am waiting with bated breath for the results of this. Did you find someone?
This was a week ago, and they said, thanks everyone for your replies. I was able to have the ring removed, but didn't say how.
I need the info. What if I find myself in this position? Then I can reference your next door post on how to save my thingy.
Right? Like, oh, someone had to have their wedding ring cut off. That sucks. Like, just get it resized, people. Yeah, I think that, go ahead.
I had one the other day. I saw somebody was like, I don't have any money, but anybody in the mood to blow leaves off my property into the road?
So like volunteer work.
Yeah, like, hey, would you like to just come to my house and do this manual labor for me? Because I don't want to. I'm not going to pay you.
Oh
but like, at least they were upfront about it and not
That's
like.
true. That's true.
I guess, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Let's see if I can find a good one to end with. The ring one really caught me off guard.
I have a lot of people complaining about dogs barking.
And
it's like, come on.
Oh my god, there's a fucking LinkedIn influencer on here.
Stop!
Do something kind for someone today. Someone, anyone. They don't have to wait, what? They don't have to deserve it. Sorry, I couldn't read that for a second. It only matters that you do it selflessly. I don't care, bro. Like,
okay, like
there's 79 reactions, 46 comments. Let's look at like a top comment or something. Someone put a GoFundMe link as a comment. I'm like, damn.
Pop off.
Someone asked,
okay, yeah, do something nice for me.
And then someone was like, okay, but what's in it for me? And the person replied, salvation. I'm like, okay,
salvation. I was hoping there was gonna be somebody that was gonna make it like that. Amazing.
The creator of the post said that, salvation. Oh, but then they replied, I understand that many people will connect this to a religion-based concept. Even though I respect all religions, it is not just a religion-based concept. It is a humanity-based concept. Fucking drink every time you hear me say fucking concept in this post. Jesus. Even if you believe in no God, believe in kindness. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I just got hives reading that.
I got hives reading this.
But then it's all these like comments, or like a majority of them, not all of them, are like things that people have done. And I'm like, that's not the point. You don't need.
Let me brag about the kind thing that I've done so you know how kind I am, in case you weren't aware. It's like the people that want to tip somewhere Like when
Oh,
they go
and then
but like they wait until the person sees them. They like sit there and hover with their dollar bill and are like,
yeah,
they
yeah,
wait for eye contact and they're like, that's for you. And it's like, bro, just tip. Like it's fine if they don't know that you did it. Like it's fine. It's
it's stupid.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to get acknowledged and appreciated for it.
But people want the clout. People want that, the recognition that they did something
If
right.
no one knows I did the nice thing, then how does it count if I don't get recognized for it instantaneously?
Again, that's social media culture. Going back to LinkedIn influencers, this is exactly why people post on social media, so that the people that their community knows that they're a good person or a bitch, whichever brand you want to, put yourself.
Whichever brand you need this to be.
Exactly, because a lot of people are also just bitchy and they want to be known as that. So go let them be. That's all.
Wait, stop. I popped on the next door subreddit just to see if there was anything
Sure.
fun on there when you said you're in check. I'm very angry and disappointed that someone had the audacity to throw rubber ducks in our yard. If you want to put ducks in the yard, put the real ones on it. We'll file a police report because this is clearly vandalism. It had to be intentional because our yard is the only one that has the ducks. We do not bother anyone and therefore don't expect folks to bother us. The person who did this should be ashamed of themselves. You are a coward. If you have a problem with us, be a man or a woman and come ring our doorbell and talk directly with us. I've been in this neighborhood for 22 years and I've never had any issues with anyone. I'm beyond pissed.
Spoiler alert, they're non-binary. Can you imagine? Like they're neither a man nor a woman.
I want to be in this neighborhood where there is just this passive aggressive petty discourse that somebody throws rubber ducks in the yard and is like, ah, that'll sell them.
So it really sucks that so I listen to another podcast, obviously. I listen to a lot of podcasts, but one of them is from like my couple favorite YouTubers I listen to that they turned their channel into a podcast.
Okay.
And they went on tour, and they tried switching their next door to like the city that they were gonna go tour at, like whatever city they stopped at the tour days. But you can't with Nextdoor because they send you they send you like a physical postcard of the code that you need to put in to change your address. Yeah. So you can't just go creeping on people's Nextdoor apps or Nextdoor like neighborhoods.
Oh.
But this was like a couple of years ago, so maybe it changed, but I would love to like change mine to like LA. Can you imagine the shit that like is on there? Or like the city? Maybe I'll get Kate to do it.
Oh my god, yeah. Kate needs to get
Kate, if you're listening, get it next door so you can put put a city address in there. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all I had.
Okay. Well then. Comment, like, subscribe.
This was Unhinged, so this is what you signed up for.
Comment, like,
subscribe. When we don't plot or plan anything, this is what you get.
Rate, review apparently is a thing on these podcasts on Spotify.
Put it on LinkedIn.
Put this on LinkedIn. Please, actually don't.
Agree?
What do you
the fucking all the closings on LinkedIn's where like they go through this whole spiel and then they say agree with a question mark.
Oh,
agree.
I haven't seen those. Interesting. I don't actually really pay attention, honestly. Don't find us on LinkedIn. Please don't.
Don't find us on LinkedIn.
You can find us on Instagram. That'll be somewhere in the description. So send this to your friends, to our friends or our enemies, your enemies, whoever else. And I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.